Welcome to day 4. Today we're going to look at some of the exhibits around the show. So there's a great big section of collector exhibits that we're going to look at, and then the A&A has a museum showcase, the Department of the Treasury, Whitman has a pretty good setup, and we're going to see if any other booths have a smaller display set up around the floor. I know I've seen one at PCGS. So we're going to see what all is on display at this year's World's Fair of Money. Let's see what we got. The collector's exhibit area is essentially a small museum with hugely varied exhibits. Some topics are oddly familiar, while others focus very specifically on certain topics. This exhibit focuses on the depiction of Halley's Comet on coins of Elagabalus and argues that its appearance may have helped Elagabalus's claim to power. Another very in-depth display focuses on varieties of Nova Constellatio coppers, which circulated in the mid to late 1780s, and their connection to the Nova Constellatio pattern coins of 1783. It includes an original copy of Crosby's Early Coins of America and the plate coin of the 1786 1A. Some of the exhibits almost qualify as art by themselves.
My name is Mark Charles Ricard. My father was Charles Ricard, who was a Fair and Zerby winner at the A&A back in 2012. He passed away recently and was he was well known for his medal collection of Napoleonic medals. And so I actually am a book collector and always have been. So I collected the books about Napoleonic medals. And I tried to have as complete a set as I possibly could. And I eventually found the last book I was looking for, which was a small book right here, that actually there are only probably maybe 6 copies known outside of museums in the world. So I was very, very lucky to get it. I got it in, I got it in England. Exhibiting process, my first shot at it. I'm very happy to win a second prize here in the literature exhibits. But the very first thing you need to do is to find the scope of your exhibit. What are you actually going to exhibit, and what do you want to tell the story? What story do you want to tell to those that are out there? Who's going to walk by? And a lot of times there's just general public here. Many are people who are involved in numismatics, but sometimes with the general public, it's really interesting to find specific ideas that you can pass on to them, which they never knew about. So this is a 10-case collection. It's the limitation for collections as far as cases go. I ran out of cases, could have used another 2, but you can always exhibit something above and beyond in larger exhibit in a non-competition setting. Then you can have as many cases as you want. So I got the scope of the exhibit together and said I'm going to put them all together, and then it was gathering the books. Do you have all of them? Well, it took me 25 to 30 years to put this little collection together. There's not that many books. There's actually only 25 pieces there. So it's really a labor of love, because my dad collected the medals. He's gone now, and I'm very happy to continue on a little bit of Napoleonic education here at the A&A.
However, an interesting exhibit doesn't have to be filled with $1,000 items. Some are focused on superheroes on coins, elongated pennies featuring felines, and one even manages to incorporate Oreos. The A&A's display is the most extensive, including some of the most famous rarities of all time, such as a 1943 copper cent. Interestingly, this isn't the only copper 43 on the floor. Another is on display courtesy of Witter Coins. Back at the A&A booth, this is the first public display of the 1942 high-relief pattern cent, which finds itself alongside some impressive ancient coins and historical pieces. A few pieces from the Henry W. Bass Jr. collection are also on display, which is a huge collection of patterns and U.S. gold pieces. But that isn't all.
So the 2 coins that we have here are a 1913 Liberty Head nickel and an 1804 silver dollar. There are only 5 1913 Liberty Head nickels that are in existence, and we're very fortunate to have one. It is worth several millions of dollars, and since there were only 5 made, there are quite some stories behind it. The 1804 dollar is a silver dollar, of which there are only 15 that were made, and they're called the King of Coins. And a lot of people like to come and see an 1804 silver dollar because it's so very rare and because there's lots of history behind it. For example, the 1804 silver dollar was not minted in 1804. It was actually minted in the 1830s. And again, this coin is also worth several millions of dollars. So if you add those two coins together, you're looking at probably around $10 million worth of coins.
Surprisingly, there's another 1913 V nickel at the show. On the other end of the bourse, PCGS has the finest known example on display as part of the Gerald R. Forsyth collection, which is the all-time finest set of mint state and proof Liberty nickels. The Whitman booth has a very wide array of books, from the 2020 Red Book, editions of the 100 Greatest series, to books on more specialized topics, such as Obsolete Paper Money by Q. David Bowers. They also offer a wide range of supplies, such as flips and tubes, which were surprisingly scarce throughout the show. I only found 2 other booths with a significant amount of these. The U.S. Mint has a wide array of products from this year available, of course, including the Apollo 11 commemoratives. The American Liberty coins were released during the show, and some upcoming products are also on display. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing brought a very interesting exhibit and is offering some uncut currency in different denominations. But keep your eyes open. It appears that not all exhibits stay in one place.
Well, if you know anything about history, you can surely recognize I'm one of the founding fathers. And these 300 years later have worn a little on my bones, but I'm back again. So I'm here at the coin show for actually part of the PAN group, Pennsylvania Association of Numismatists, which are fellow Pennsylvanians for me, although they hail mostly, well, across the state of Pennsylvania. So here at the show to just support numismatics, have some fun, and give people a little taste of history. And I actually came here to double check some of my early colonial currency after these 300 years to see how it's holding up. Well, I actually been coming to shows quite a while, but that was in my old life. So it's just recently I decided to come as Ben Franklin after some encouragement of others. And I thought, well, I'm aging quite appropriately for Franklin. The balding, I don't have the money to spend to do anything about it. The haircut saves me a few dollars a month, so I don't worry about that anymore. And I can eat what I want and not worry about my size. So I felt this was the perfect match.
Later in the day, I also found Abraham Lincoln wandering the bourse floor, and one of the Mint's mighty minters came out.